go. Let's just get right into it. I won't take up too much of your time here. You're fighting Rick Story this weekend. Give me your thoughts first on the matchup and how you see this fight playing out for you.
I think he's a tough matchup. You know, he's a great wrestler. He likes to come in and bang, and he can eat a punch too. You know, he can take a punch, and he can dish him out too. You know, so I think it's a tough matchup, but I'm well prepared, and I'm going to whoop his ass.
Okay. Now this is a fight against a guy who was really on a roll until he took a fight on short notice against Charlie Brenneman this past June. Do you hold any stock into that loss, or you know, do you think that was just a result of him taking on too much at one time?
I think maybe he did take on too much at one time. I don't know, you know, but I mean, I'm a different fighter than Brenneman. You know, in that fight it was pretty much just a wrestling match. It wasn't a very exciting fight. You know, it was he just ended up on the bottom because Brenneman was able to take him down, and he lost the wrestling match. It wasn't like he got beaten up bad, you know. So I think he's still very tough, and before that, you know, the opponents he's beat and the way he fought Alves, that's the guy I'm expecting, you know, to come out, you know. Okay. I'm expecting the best out of Rick Story, and that's what I'm prepared for, and that's the guy I want to beat too.
Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about you. You've had a couple hiccups, you know, in your past couple fights, but you haven't been in action for like almost 8 months or so, if I'm not mistaken. Wondering what was the cause for the long layoff, and would you have like to got back to action sooner, or you know, what's going on there?
I was supposed to fight John Howard in June, but I hurt my knee, so I had to pull out of that fight.
That's right. Okay, and are you feeling? I don't want to say pressure because I don't think you're like a lot of guys in the UFC. They lose too. They're under pressure of getting the cut after, you know, with the third straight loss. In your case, I don't really see it that way. I'm sure you don't either. You know, your first loss was to Jake Shields, which was close. Diego Sanchez was very controversial. Many people thought you won, but what are your thoughts on what you have to do?
Yeah, I think you know, I've been on the wrong end of some decisions. You know, I think my last fight, Diego, was complete bullshit. You know, I beat him up, and he knows he got beat up, and the judges got it wrong. But this time, I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna finish the fight. You know, I'm tired of having the judges just get a say in who's winning the fight, because I know I got the better of Diego Sanchez, and he knows it too. So, you know, it sucks, but I can't change it now. I'm just looking forward to the next fight, and I'm gonna have to finish him from now on. Because for some reason, judges don't like me too much, I guess.
I don't know why, man. Because in the eyes of many, you know, you won those fights, you know. So just been one of those things, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rick's story as far as in comparing him to like the level of opponents you've been facing? Do you think he's right up there with, say, a Diego Sanchez and a Jake Shields? Is he a step up or a step down? I mean, how do you rate this guy?
I think he's similar to Diego Sanchez in some ways. You know, I think he's more dangerous standing up than Diego is, and he might even be a better wrestler too than Diego is. And I think maybe Diego's got the better jiu-jitsu though. And but I think he's definitely one of the best guys in the UFC, and I think he's very tough. But I think he'll do great, you know, in the UFC after I beat him up.
Okay. And where do you see, since we're comparing skill sets to different fighters in Rick's story, where do you see your biggest strengths in this fight compared, you know, in going in Saturday night?
Oh, I feel I can beat him wherever the fight goes. You know, I feel I can beat him standing. I can beat him on the ground. I feel confident in my skills. I feel I'm the better, well-rounded fighter, and I'm going to show this on Saturday.
Okay. Let me just ask you a few more questions. This time on the state of your division, the welterweight division has had a lot of changes in the past month or so. You know, as far as with the last the card in Vegas with Nick Diaz supposedly fighting George St. Pierre, then all that mix-up. Carlos Condit got thrown out the window completely as the number one contender. And I'm just wondering, what are your overall thoughts on that whole scenario? And do you think Carlos Condit may have gotten shafted a little bit, or, you know, what do you think?
Oh yeah, Carlos Condit for sure got screwed. For sure. But I mean, Diaz is bringing the hype behind him, you know, and you know, he sees the opportunity, and now he's getting the fight. You know, that's the fight that makes sense to UFC, because that's going to be a big seller. You know, so that's why he's getting it. But no doubt that Carlos Condit got screwed.
Okay, and what do you think about that matchup coming up between Nick Diaz and George St. Pierre?
I think Diaz is overhyped. You know, I think he's tough, but I think you know, he's always struggled against wrestlers, and I think he's going to get taken down by GSP. And
okay.
I don't know if GSP is going to be able to finish him, but I think it's going to be a pretty dominant win for GSP.
Okay. And what do you, just my last question on this topic, and we'll roll to something else. But what do you think about Nick Diaz's place? You say you think he might be overrated, overhyped. I mean, his place in your division, he's rated amongst the top 3 in the world, probably, depending upon what rankings you look at. But where do you think he actually sits in? And is that maybe something like a matchup that you may be interested in the future, or you know?
Yeah, I'd love to fight Diaz. You know, I think I'd love to fight him too. You know, I think he's definitely tough, but I don't think he's close to being the best.
Okay. And back to your event this Saturday. Let me get your prediction, if you don't mind, on the main event. It's Dan Henderson versus Shogun Rua, and it's a non-title fight, but it's a fight that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. So, just what are your thoughts on that?
I think Henderson's, you know, he's been looking really good lately. So I think Henderson's probably gonna pull it out.
Yeah. Okay. And back to your fight. Back to your fight. How do you see your fight playing out? I mean, like realistically, is this going to be? You say you want to finish him, but how do you see yourself finishing him?
You know what? I'm knockout, technical knockout, submission. Either way, I'm happy. You know, when I visualize the fight, I visualize a 3-round war, but because I don't want to, you know, go in there and thinking I'm going to go first round stoppage. You know, then second round comes around, it's going to be. You're going to be like, what's going on, you know? So I always visualize a 3-round war, but no doubt in my mind, I'm coming in there to finish him, you know, and I feel I got better jiu-jitsu. I feel I can submit him. I feel I got better striking. I can knock him out either way. I'm happy as long as I got to finish the fight. Okay.
And do you feel that this is a win that you absolutely need after the 2 losses? I mean, are you?
Yeah, of course. I always, you know, I need a win. All my fights. I'm tired of getting screwed by the judges. I'm here to win.
Okay. And how has your camp been for this fight? Are you well prepared? I'm sure you are, and I'm sure you're going to say you are. But I mean, was camp good and all that stuff?
Yeah, yeah, of course I'm going to say yeah.
I know you are, but just going through the motions here.
I lost a leg. My back blew out. I'm still fighting.
No, but I'm assuming you spent your camp at Extreme Couture. Am I right in that assumption?
Yeah.
Okay. So with all the guys there, did you get the necessary support for this camp? You know, did you have the training partners and the sparring partners and everybody there to help you? And do you feel that you came out as an improved Martin Kampmann and you know, ready for this fight 100%?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, I've been having a bunch of guys to work with. You know, and I feel I'm well prepared for the fight. And I'm gonna show on Saturday.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna ask you one more last question off topic. You got a new teammate over there, or at least the guy that's training at Extreme Couture, and Alistair Overeem. Man, have you seen him in the gym? And what are your thoughts on him? You know, camping out over there.
Oh, he came in and said hi, but I haven't seen him training there yet. But
okay.
I haven't been there for the last couple of days either. So he's kind of a little bit out of my weight, you know. So
right, of course.
I don't think this guy I'd be working that much with. So, but I mean, he seems like a nice guy. So all good.
Perfect. Okay, and then give me a little sound bite, Martin, as far as what can the fans expect? Maybe there's some guys out there on the fence. They don't know if they're gonna tune into UFC 139 this Saturday. what do you tell the guys out there that maybe want to go, buy some popcorn and watch a movie instead of ordering 139?
Oh, they gotta get the UFC. My fight's gonna be action packed. I'm going in there for the kill. And Rick Story, he's a scrapper. He can eat a punch and he can dish him out too. He comes forward, he'll eat punches just to give you one back. So this is gonna be a fucking war.
Perfect, Martin. Thank you very much for your time, man. I really appreciate it, and all the best this weekend.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.